On Wednesday, July 26, 2023, security forces gathered within the CNSP put an end to the regime of the Seventh Republic. The action of the CNSP is motivated by the sole desire to preserve our beloved homeland. On the one hand, in the face of the continuous deterioration of the security situation of our country, and this without the fallen authorities letting us glimpse a real solution to the crisis, poor economic and social governance.
Let's bring in Jacques Reland, who is a senior research fellow at Global Policy Institute. He joins me now live from France. Good to have you. Good to see you. Now, certainly a significant development has taken place in the last 1 hour. Remember that up until this morning, France was treating this as a coup attempt, not a coup. But now that a new military junta leader has been announced, he has appeared on television, do you think things have drastically changed?
Things have become clear. It shows that this coup is more the result of domestic internal tensions than of the action of a foreign power or whatever it is. Because it's very important to know that General Tchiani was the head of the presidential guard under the previous president for 2 mandates since 2011, under the president of Mahamadou Issoufou, who was replaced in 2021 by democratically elected President Bazoum, and he remained head of the Republican Guard for President Bazoum. But it was rumored that President Bazoum wanted to get rid of him, and maybe it's one way for him to secure his place and to take over from him. And it comes.
If I may interject here, so you were indicating that this coup unfolded because of a personal rift between the president and his presidential guard?
Yeah. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Because Tchiani was not mentioned until 1 or 2 hours ago, but he was there in the background. He's the one who was in charge of the presidential guard. And at the same time, he was joined by all other commanders of the armed forces. It was touch and go. We don't know whether it would be, but it was. And it is a sign also that in the country, there's the feeling that civilians can't deal with the security situation as well as the poverty situation of the country. And therefore, they've decided to take over the leadership of the country. The military is in charge, appealing also to the feeling, which is very deep in Western Africa, of enhancing your sovereignty. That's why, hence, these demonstrations anti-French, but we've seen that in all that, in Burkina Faso, in Mali. They think that the colonial power is responsible for all ills in the country, but we don't know yet whether this government will be as anti-French as the government of Mali, especially, and Burkina Faso. And it will be very interesting to see in the next few hours which attitude the French government adopts towards the General Tchiani. And does it adopt a pragmatic situation? Do they want to cooperate, or are they going to condemn it outright?
Jacques, if I may, so from how you are explaining things to me, it sounds like you don't have any hope of things returning back to democracy within Niger, because we know that France has announced that it will be backing ECOWAS sanctions against coup plotters. Don't you think that is going to have some sort of impact?
Yes, it would be. It certainly. But at the same time, it looks as if President Mohamed Bazoum, is on the way out and will find a fairly honorable exit. The militaries have taken over, want to keep control of the country, and now the relationship with the Western powers, especially America and France, who have bases there, will be the key element to define. What will happen to the 1,500 French soldiers based in Niamey? Up to now, it's not the same situation in Niger as it is in Mali. The French were not leading the operation. The French were there as collaborators of the Nigerian army. They were there as a backup force in the fight against jihadists in the Free Borders country, but also on the Libyan border. So is it in the interest of the Nigerian soldiers who have taken over to sever links with France and America, or is it in their interest to adopt a relationship, a kind of a rational relationship with the country? Let's not forget that Niger is in a very difficult economic situation. 4 million people there depend on foreign aid, on the aid from the UN, on aid from France and Europe, and from America also. So they don't really, I don't think that they would like to lose that. They just want to show that they are now leading a country, a sovereign country, able to deal on a more equal basis with the ex-colonial power France and the Western countries, which supported Mohamed Bazoum. So we'll see in the next couple of days how that pans out, but I think the days of Bazoum are probably counted.
All right, fascinating insight into the topic. Jacques Reland, thank you very much for talking to us here on TRT World.